guys, welcome to the new channel. I can't even say back. Welcome to the new channel. First video on the new channel. I don't know if it's the first video. Like when I'm filming this, I haven't put any videos up on this channel. I don't know if it's the first video, but we are doing a reading vlog in this video and I am so excited. Here is the thing. I have a saying. If you want to hide something from me, put it in the second book of a series. I do not like reading sequels. The thing is, I have nothing against reading sequels. I'll read a sequel. I have no problem reading a sequel. I just never do. Like when a book, like I feel has a perfect like standalone ending, even if it's a cliffhanger, I kind of am over it. I kind of am over it. I am not a series girl. I do best with one and done, hit it and quit it type things. I never really reach for the second book in a series. And I want to get better at that because often I will buy the second or third book in a series and just never read it. And it sits on my bookshelf forever. And then either I unhaul it or I tell myself one day I'm going to go back and reread it. And I never do. I'm going to give you guys a bookshelf tour one day. And you guys are going to see all the uncompleted series I have back there. It's just a bunch of uncompleted. I have an entire shelf of like my series, the one way up there. And like I haven't completed a single one of them. I do not complete series. I don't know what it is about me. But we are going to try to be different. I'm reading the second book. I'm reading the second book in all of these series. I am so excited to do so. So in this video, we are going to be reading Finley Donovan, Knocks 'Em Dead. If you guys do not know this, but I read, you don't know this yet because I haven't done my wrap up, but you know this now. I read the first book in the Finley Donovan series last month and I thought it was perfectly good, and so I'm excited to get in the second one. Like this is the perfect type of series that I'll just never finish. Like I can already see it because I wasn't madly in love with the first book. It was just perfectly good, and so I'll like get the second book and I'll never read it. It'll take me like years to read it. Before you know it, Finley Donovan has 10 books in the series and I never get to it. So we're gonna read Finley Donovan, Knocks 'Em Dead. We're gonna read Tessa Bailey, Hook, Line, and Sinker. I read It Happened One Summer. Is that what the name of that book is? It Happened One Summer last month as well, and I really, really enjoyed it. So Hook, Line, and Sinker came out 2 months ago, and so it's time to get to her because this is another book that will sit on my bookshelf forever, and I will not care about it. But I'm gonna read this video. I heard bad things about this book, but I'm excited. The next book is The Dating Playbook. I believe there was a book called The Dating Project. What was the name of that book, y'all? Come on, stay with me, stay with me. It was called The Dating Playbook. No, The Boyfriend Project. It was called The Boyfriend Project. I probably should have showed you guys the first book in the series. I could have. Well, The Dating Playbook is the second book because we had The Boyfriend Project in the first one. I'm assuming it is following the group of friends in the original book and it's the next person finding they forever. I'm really excited to read this one. This may be what we dive into first. I am not sure, but I'm excited about this one. We have 4 Aunties and a Wedding. I read, what was it called? Auntie something. I unhauled it, so I don't know where it is. Do y'all remember the original book? What was the name? What was Dial A for Aunties? Dial A for Aunties. Everyone loved Dial A for Aunties. I did not. I didn't find that to be that good, but I said I was going to get into the second one. This has terrible reviews on Goodreads. I was looking up because I thought I was going to start reading this, so I put it on my currently reading on Goodreads, and baby, this is sitting at like a 3.3 on Goodreads, and it just came out. Anyways, this is actually what we're going to get into first in this video. So yeah, Dial A for Aunties is the next one. And lastly, Homicide and Halo. Second book, Arsenic and Adobo is the first book. I read that earlier this year, and I'm excited to get into the second one. So these are all books that usually in another life would sit on my bookshelf for literal years, and I'll just get to them one day. But we are not doing that this time. We are getting the books we buy read and either on the bookshelf as things that I want to reread one day, I want to revisit, or gone, never need to read them again. It was good. We had a good time. I can unhaul them. We're getting things done. So I'm going to try to get to 5 books in this video. You're going to follow me throughout the month. It's so funny. I filmed these. I'm like, oh, we have 30 days this month. It'll be a while, but these 30 days usually go by fast. Before you know it, I'm filming an outro. But we're going to start with, what do I want to start with? We're going to start with 4 Aunties and a Wedding. 4 Aunties and a Wedding. I'll read it before bed. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the first update. Y'all are gaslighting me, and I kind of want y'all just to admit it. So I said the first book we're reading in this video is 4 Aunties and a Wedding by Jessie Q. Satanto. And like, this book sucks. This book objectively sucks. It is just not good. It's not written well. It's not interesting. The characters are flat. The plot is useless. It's not a good book. But I said that exact thing about Doll A for Aunties. I literally had to dig this book out of my unhaul pile because that's how much I did not like it. But so many people like this book. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I was just wrong. This book is good. But everything I hated about this book is just hyped up a notch in this book. Our main character, Maddie, sucks. Like, there's just nothing to her. The aunties, all of the aunties feel exactly the same. Every now and then you can kind of tell their characteristics are a little bit different, but they're pretty much all the same. Everything that the aunties do is just so one tone. Nathan is just sitting up there like a bag of bones, like just useless, like no interesting character development thoughts or anything about him. And so then we get into the plot of this book. The plot of this book, Maddie is getting married to Nathan, and basically they are getting married in England because Nathan's family is half English and his family lives in England. So they go off to England and they like decide that they are going, like they're going to get married in England so she doesn't have to have a big wedding like her family wants her to. Anyway, as she gets to the wedding, she realizes that her photographer is actually a part of the mafia and trying to kill someone at her wedding, which, like, okay, I am always here for hijinks. I don't want you to believe I am not one for hijinks. I love hijinks. I love stories about just mess, just fun mess. This isn't fun. This just is not fun. What makes stories like this fun is the dialogue. It's the things that we get into. I am halfway done with this book and nothing of importance has even happened. We didn't even find out about the mafia till about 20 pages ago. And it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, I just do not find the characters in this book interesting. I do not. And so many people like Doll A for Aunties and I didn't, but I was willing to give the sequel a chance. And this is why I don't give sequels a chance. This is why I don't give authors a second chance. And this is why I don't give sequels a chance, because they always let me down. I want to DNF this book so bad, but one thing about me, mama ain't raised a quitter. It is so hard for me to give up on things, but I don't want to read this book anymore. It has taken me far too long to read this 300-page book, but it's just not good. And I know in a few months when everyone starts to read this book is probably going to show up on some Goodreads end of the year list. People are going to act like this shit is fun. People are going to act like this shit is good, and y'all going to gaslight me some more and make it seem like I'm crazy. Like, I'm crazy because I don't find the aunties endearing. I'm crazy because I don't find it endearing that the aunties are sitting on the plane pretending to have English accents. Like, and like, I just don't. Like, I'm just like, some things get a chuckle out of me. I'm like, that's kind of funny. But then everything that the aunties do bring to the table get taken away by the terrible plot. And Maddie is so like boring. Maddie, I don't know how to pronounce her name. But I'm just like, what are you doing here? I don't know. She seems embarrassed by her family sometimes. I'm just like, this plot sucks. sucks. This plot sucks. I don't care who gets killed at her wedding. Like, I don't know. I can tell this is just supposed to be one of those series that keeps on going, like the Finley Donovan series, like the Shopaholic series, like the cookie murder mystery series. Like, it's supposed to be one of those series. And it's like, I always love those series. But this I don't. That's why I say you can't just say, Ken, it's not for you, because I do nothing but read those types of series. Like, oh, I love a good useless murder mystery. I do, but these are just not, what are they? They're not even mysterious. Like, you know what's gonna happen. Like, both of these books will be in the unhaul pile coming at the end of the year, because I can't do it. I'm gonna finish this, but I don't want to. We moving on. I'm not reading this for the rest of the night. I'll see y'all in another clip days from now when I decide I'm gonna have to do some reading sprints with some channels to like get through this. Like about 4 reading sprints and I can finish this. About 3 30-minute reading sprints, I can finish this book. And I'm gonna have to do that and just get it done with and move on and get the taste out of my mouth, because that's not good. It's not good. It's not good. We are shaping up for a 1-star read. At least Dial A for Aunties was kind of like 2-star-ish. There's things I liked about it. I even like Nathan. 4 Aunties in a Wedding could have been an email. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Absolutely not. Return to Sender. Unhaul. I don't want you no more. Where's Dial A for Aunties? Dial A for Aunties is on the floor down there, because that's where I keep the books that I am going to unhaul. I gave this book 1 out of 5 stars. This book is not good, and I do not care within the next year when people really start reading this book and try to act like it's good. I'm not going to let y'all convince me to read the 3rd book that is surely coming out in the Auntie series. This book is not good. This book is everything that wasn't good about the first one to me, turned up to a ridiculous notch. Like, I can say Dial A for Aunties, maybe I didn't like it because it just wasn't, it didn't have the mysterious element. I found the characters flat. Fair enough. But this one is just ridiculous. Like, the hijinks are ridiculous. And that's the thing. I don't mind hijinks being ridiculous, but they have to be grounded in a little bit of reality. Once we got to the point where the aunties were high, I was just like, okay, it's time that you're jumping the shark. Like, you're jumping the shark. Like, is this what is going on in this book? And then when we do get like a little bit of a mystery, like, I'm like, I guess, like, I literally had to force you guys, I had to do reading sprints throughout this entire book. There was never a time where I authentically wanted to pick up this book, so I read this book. It was never a time. It was never a time. So you want to know what? This book is a 1 out of 5 stars. It's an obvious DNF. I will not be reading the 2nd book. And you want to know the 3rd book. And you want to know, I almost got fucked over again, because the ending of these books, same with Dial A for Aunties, they have a little like, everything is fine, everything is good, we're gonna live a normal life, and they kind of set up for the next book, and it kind of gets me. I love a setup for the next book. It gets me every single time in little murder mystery books when they like set up for the next book to happen. It gets me, and so it makes me want to read the next one. But no, not only will I not be continuing this series, but I have decided Jesse Q Sutanto is also not an author for me. Like, I am never going to read another book by them again, because it's just not for me. Maybe if I would have read this in a different style, this could have got bumped up to a 3. Maybe if I read it on audio girls tell me, like, I could have liked it. But as it is, no. We're gonna move on to the next book, which is the sequel to Arsenic and Adobo, something in Halo. I don't know. We're gonna move on to that one. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Guys, it is a rainy day, so if you hear rain behind me, it's because it is raining down on my window. But I wanted to come in and give you guys an update on Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. Do you want to know something that bothers me? The cover of this book. I feel like we're going a little bit off course with the Finley Donovan covers. The first cover is really good, but these new covers, like even the one that's coming out next year, all of them are ugly. This cover is really, really ugly. But we are back with Finley Donovan. Finley Donovan and the gang. So basically, in this story, we are kind of picking up where we left off, of Finley Donovan kind of being a hit woman, being in the hit woman space. And basically, there is this group message, this like Reddit forum of people who are looking for someone to kill someone for them. And so she goes on there, and what she finds is that somebody wants to kill her ex-husband. She finds that someone is looking for a hit person to kill her ex-husband, and she's hoping that no one takes on this case so that her husband, her ex-husband, does not die, because what she is worried about is her kids. Obviously, she's worried that this person is going to try to come kill her ex-husband and they're going to hurt her children. So she decides she is going to step in for this and, like, you know, facilitate this, make sure no one kills her husband. And by doing that, she decides to get ahead of the hit person. So someone has taken on the case and decided that they are going to, like, kill her husband, her ex-husband. So she's trying to figure out, one, why does somebody want her ex-husband killed? And two, how does she stop this so her kids still have a daddy? And so through that, we are getting pretty much hijinks. Here is my thing. I'm actually very much so enjoying this, but there's really no way I wasn't going to enjoy this, because I like the first Finley Donovan book. The one, when it comes to like murder mysteries or books that kind of are like long series, like you can tell Finley Donovan is going to be one of those like Confessions of a Shopaholic series, or the Cookie Mystery Murders by Joanne Faluke. It's going to be something like that, where it's like it follows the same formula almost. There's going to be like 10-15 books in the series, and so once you're already hooked with one, you're kind of on board with the rest of them. But what does happen in a lot of those books is that it's hard for the author to replicate the magic from the first book, and this book is kind of doing that. I kind of want to up the stakes. I kind of want to up the stakes in the second book. I feel like the stakes are just not very high in this book. Like, I don't know. I want more characters. I want a more interesting world in this one. And I don't know if we're getting it. I don't know if we're just rehashing the same bullshit from the first one. A little. Like, I kind of want to open up the Finley Donovan world, and we're not really doing that. We're kind of just, this is just an extension of the first book, where it's like, oh my gosh, my husband was in shit. Now he's stealing shit. And so it's like, it's kind of doing, I'm enjoying it. Let's be clear. I am enjoying this. I'm enjoying it a lot. But, I was hoping for just a crumb more from this one, but it is still good. Like I said, the formula works for me. I like the first Finley Donovan book, so clearly the formula works for me, but this is why I don't read sequels. This is why I don't read sequels, because I always just feel a little bit let down. A little bit let down. Like, this is why I don't read sequels. Anyways, I will come back with final thoughts and tell you how this goes. Hello, you guys. I have completed Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead, which is the sequel for Finley Donovan Is Killing It. I want to remind you guys, I gave Finley Donovan Is Killing It, the first installment in this series, 4 stars. I believe this might be where I get off of the Finley Donovan train. I decided, like, halfway through this book, I did not care. I do not like the way that this story is going. Like, this story is getting heavy on the whole, like, mobster Finley Donovan, like, getting in hijinks based off these mobsters, these people trying to get people to kill each other off of this, like, form. It's just going in a specific direction that I'm just not enjoying, and it's not for any real reason except it's not my taste. Like, this book was just more of the last book. Instead of, to me, opening up a bigger world for Finley Donovan to be in, it's just opening more of that same world that we were in the first book. This book could have just been 100 pages tagged on to the last book, and it would have been just fine. Like, I don't feel like this book just gave me more to Finley Donovan than I already had. Like, if I just read this book, I would have been just fine. Like, this book was just not needed to me. So when we get to like the end of the book and the what's going on, who's trying to kill Finley Donovan's ex-husband, it was just more of like a bunch of dudes. Like, it's just a bunch of dudes. To me, the characters started to get like muddled. I don't know if anyone else feels like all the characters, all of their things, they would start naming names. I would forget what they serve to the story because they're all very much so the same. I do not like the side characters in the Finley Donovan story, except for like her partner in crime / nanny. Like, that's the only person I like. I don't like our love interest. I like Julian in the last story, but like Julian is useless here. I don't like Nick, who is the cop character and seems like our end game. I just don't like the things that this story is doing. And when you get a sequel to something like this, like these murder mystery stuff, you're just expecting bigger because you know the formula worked. The formula worked in the first book. You're expecting bigger. You're expecting more of your same characters, but on kind of a bigger scale. And I didn't get that here. I just got more of the same, but not as good. Not as good, not as new, not as fresh. Like, this book just felt like a regurgitation. Like, it just felt like a reprise of what we did in the first book, but not good, but just not good. So I gave this book 2.5 out of 5 stars. I didn't find it as funny. I didn't find the mystery as compelling. It just felt like we were doing the same stuff over and over. The same characters. I mean, beat for beat, the same characters in the book. I didn't find the motives all that great. Finley Donovan being so invested in who is trying to kill her ex-husband. The ex-husband low-key kind of getting a redemption arc I don't care about. Like, it's just... Teresa's back. Like, let dead be dead. Let people who we dealt with in the first book be gone. Like, I just want the Finley Donovan story to move on from what happened in the first book. And then when you get to the ending of this book, it shows actually we're not. We're even deeper into the mob bullshit that we were already in. Like, it just, I don't know, it's simply just, I don't like the direction the books are going in. So I am personally okay with never reading another Finley Donovan book. That's just me. That's just me. It's nothing against it. I'm just personally okay not reading another Finley Donovan book. If this is a question of should Kenya read the sequels? Should she read? No, I would. This book is perfectly fine. If I would have never read it, like if this was all I had from Finley Donovan, it would be fine. And it's hitting on another thing. I know I don't care because I simply do not recall like it's the same thing that happened in this book. I don't recall the who, like the minute after I read these books, these kind of like leave my mind. But this book was just better. It had more elements that I enjoyed. And first of all, this cover is so pretty, but this bullshit, this cover is ugly. This cover is gorgeous. But yeah, no, this did not work for me. I'm probably being nastier to this book than others have, but I didn't like it. I did not like it. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Maybe I need to reread it. Maybe I didn't get it the first time. I don't know. Maybe it got to grow on me. But anyways, we are going to move on to the dating playbook by who wrote the dating playbook? By Farah Khan. And yeah, I'll see you guys in that clip. Hello, you guys. I am not even going to pretend like the last clip is not filmed on the exact same day as the clip I'm about to film right now. Like, literally, I have been slowly reading the dating playbook for the past like few days. So I've actually like been in the dating playbook while I was reading Finley Donovan, and I have to say I'm enjoying the dating playbook 10 times more than I enjoyed Dial A for Aunties, the second one, and Finley Donovan, the second one. This book is so damn good. I am so damn sorry. I don't know if it's because expectations are low, but I am enjoying the fuck out of this book. Okay, so this book follows our second girl. If you remember, if you've read the first book in this series, you know what I'm talking about. So a video went viral of 3 women dumping this man who was triple timing the girls. He was dating all 3 girls at the same time, and a video went viral of all of them breaking up with him at the same time in a public setting. So in the first book, we're following one of the girls who broke up with the guy. Now we're following the second girl. Now this second girl, her life is not as together as the girl in the first book. She ain't got no money. She doesn't have a college degree. She don't know what she want to do with her life. She is just flailing through life, and she's trying to find her passion, but she believes her passion is fitness. She wants to be a fitness instructor. So she's using a little fame she got from a viral video to post things on Instagram to see if people want to take fitness classes with her. She tells the girls that she's going to see if this fitness thing works out for her. Maybe she needs to go back to college. She doesn't know what she wants to do. So she decides to like do some fitness classes, you know, try to make ends meet, try to pay some bills. And so when she's at the fitness class, this guy comes in and he's doing all the workouts and stuff. And so after the class, he's like, can you be my personal trainer? Can you be my personal trainer? She like, I don't really do that. I don't really do that. He was like, I will pay you good money to be my personal trainer. So they get to talking. She's filling it out. And she's like, sure, I guess. So she finds out that this man is an ex-football player who hurt his knee. And now he's trying to get back into the league. He's like, I need you to help me get back into the league. And before you know it, it's like, okay, she's like, I hear what you say. He's paying her good money. She's like, I need this. We're going to do this. Well. He doesn't want anyone to know he's trying to get back into the league because he doesn't want the pressure. He doesn't want the blogs to be talking. So he's like, no. Well, this reporter sees the two of them together and he's like, are you like getting trained by her? What's going on here? So he decides, whoa, I don't want anyone to find out that I'm trying to get back into the NFL, so I'm gonna tell people we dating. And she's like, what? So that gets us into this whole fake dating scenario, which fake dating is not my favorite thing in the world. It's not. And then also in this book, the reasons for fake dating are very, loose. Like, it's loose. It's not a real reason to fake date. Like, he kind of was grasping out straws. But I am so sorry. This book is so good. I love a little whimsical, down on life girl trying to make her way up and dating somebody with a little bit of cheddar. I love it. I am enjoying the hell out of this book. This book is cute. This book is funny. It's so much better than the first one. The first one, I picked up the second one because I knew this series had potential. I was like, I didn't hate the first book. I actually liked the first book, but it wasn't excellent. It wasn't stellar. So I'm like, if she can give me what I liked in the first book in this second book, we have potential here. And this is the potential. This is a good romance book. This is a romance book that makes me want to read it before bed every night. I think they are cute. The little back and forth banter they have with each other, the little fake dates that they go on are so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. I am enjoying the hell out of this book, which is crazy. This is the book I thought I would like the least. And so far on our third book, this is why we pick up sequels. This is why we pick up sequels, because we want something to, we want to go back to a place that feels good. And this feels good. Like, you want to know what we might be learning here? Less sequels, more companions. Less sequels, more companions. This is a companion novel, less of a sequel. We're following someone different in this book, and maybe that's the gag. We need to stop with sequels, and maybe we should do companion novels. Like, I don't think I actually want to go follow our characters again. Like, I think that's what I'm learning. I don't love the characters in those two last books enough to want to keep following them and keep following them. I think I want to just see, I want something familiar. I love familiarity. My braces is not going to let that word come out. I love things that are familiar, but what I don't love is things feeling repetitive, and that's what the other two gave. But this is giving, I love this world. I'm seeing old characters, but it's something new. It's shaking it up a little bit. So maybe maybe that's what we learned from this video. We'll see because we'll see. Anyways, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like 5 out of 5 stars. 5 out of 5 stars. No notes. I have no notes. I enjoyed this book thoroughly. This book was cute. This book was romantic. I enjoyed the B plot. So there's a plot about if he'll go play football because, you know, he fucked up his knee. I enjoyed that plot. Like, I enjoyed all of the plots. I enjoyed going home to meet the family. I enjoyed the girls from the first book being in this. I enjoyed every aspect of this book. Yes, the fake dating stuff is hard to believe. It's always hard to believe a fake dating storyline because people are too fucking grown. But this was so cute and so goddamn romantic. At the very end, so you know when like a quarterback wins the Super Bowl and they go, we're going to Disney World. So he decided he wasn't going to play in the NFL anymore. But after they got together and became like a stable couple, he was like, I'm going to Disney World. That is so goddamn cute. Saying like she's his Super Bowl. This was so cute. This worked for me. And this is how I get hooked. I end up picking up a sequel that is good. What if I would have never read this second book? I wouldn't have got a 5-star read out of this because I gave the first book 3 stars. But I knew this had potential and I got a 5-star read. And that's how I end up getting suckered into reading sequels because sometimes the shits be good. This was good. I enjoyed the hell out of this book. I have not given many book 5 stars, and I am not picky about what I give 5 stars to. Like, I am not. Like, if I enjoyed a book and, like, had a good time, 5 stars. Like, so I'm not picky. It's just I haven't read a lot of books that, like, move me. This book almost made me cry at certain moments. Like, it just had everything. It had the emotional depth. It had the cuteness. I loved the characters, and the characters weren't too, like, bizarre and weird because that's what you get sometimes in like romance novels. The characters are bizarre and weird. This was not that. This was not that. They were just so goddamn cute. That is what they were. So anyways, I enjoyed the hell out of this book. 5 out of 5 stars. I'm happy we got a 5-star read in this. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next book, which is Homicide and Howlow. See you in those clips. I guess. The reason why I say I guess is because this book has no stakes. This book has no stakes. There is a murder mystery here that kind of just has nothing to do with our main character. Like, our main character, like, let's say she don't exonerate her cousin. She ain't like the cousin anyway. Like, who cares about the pageant? She didn't want to do the pageant anyway. Who cares about the man that's dead? Like, you didn't like him anyways. Like, there's just no stakes to figure out this murder mystery. Now, here's where I am going to give the book credit. I'm curious who killed the guy. I want to know who killed the guy. Like, we have a couple players on the board, a few people who I think killed the guy. So I am curious about who killed the guy. But it's just like Arsenic and Adobo. I loved Arsenic and Adobo because I like the mystery of it all. But the problem here is I don't see why our main character is in this. Like, I get it's her cousin. I get she's in the pageant, but like, I'm finding it hard to see her motive in caring so much. Like, whenever she hits a hiccup or she tries to do things to figure stuff out, I'm just like, girl, you kind of care a bit too much. Like, get the lawyer to figure it out and call it a goddamn day. Like, I just don't see why our main character cares so much. In Arsenic and Adobo, there was a family aspect. There were so many aspects of it. It was her ex who was dead. It was her family who was getting framed for it. And so, like, and she was trying to save their business. So there were many elements as to why she needed to solve the murder. Like, it had a lot of stakes going on. And we had characters that were interesting. We have a cousin in this book who we just met. We have a character who is dead who we don't know, who our main character don't even really know. And like, we have the people who she's opening up the restaurant with, which we know in the last book. And then we have a couple love interests who are like flat as paint. So it's just like, what exactly am I supposed to be here for? Like, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this. This video, oh my gosh, this video is so negative. This video is so negative. Like, I'm thinking about all my past clips. Aside from the dating playbook, what positive do I have to say about any of these books? Nothing. This is so bad. This is so bad. And by the way, this is going to be the last book we read. I can't read Hook, Line, and Sinker because I already know most people don't like that book. I can't have another dud. We ended it after this book. After I finish this video over. Like, oh my God. I thought this was going to be a hit. I at least thought this was going to be at least 4 stars. Like, I really liked Arsenic and Adobo the way people like Dow A for Aunties. Like, I thought Arsenic and Adobo was the superior Aunties murder. Like, I liked Arsenic and Adobo a lot. This not good. This feels like Four Aunties in a Wedding. Like, just like nonsense. It's not as high. Like I said, I'm curious about the murder. What's keeping me going is I deeply want to know who murdered this guy, and I want everything to unravel, and that might bring it up some stars. But so far, we are just chasing our tail. Like, I'm just like, girl, I don't care. Like, I don't care about any of this. Bernadette is like all Bernadette. She's doing all this for her cousin, but her cousin barely in the book. Like, I'll come back with final thoughts. So you guys, I have finished Homicide in Hallow Hallow by Mia P. Manasala. And I am giving this book 2 out of 5 stars, which is very, very unfortunate because I liked Arsenic and Adobo. I know Arsenic and Adobo had its people who did not like it, but I was not one of them. But this book did not work for me. I did find myself very curious of the mystery, so I would not say this is a book that I should have DNF'd. But what I will say is, like, I found no part of this to be enjoyable. And so then this is a mystery book, and I said I was interested in the mystery, so let me tell you how that went. I guessed the mystery, which if you don't know anything about me, I hate guessing the mystery. I like to be surprised. I do not like being able to guess what the mystery is. I am not that smart. So like, I do not like being able to guess the mystery. And I guessed this when I saw it a mile away, and I was like, there's no way this is it, because I'm sure everyone else sees this a mile away, and it's the person who I thought it was. I just don't have much to say about this. The thing just lacked in the romance department, not good. The friends in which we loved in the first book, not good. The family aspect in which we loved in the last book, not good. And then in the last book, we were dealing with like this restaurant stuff, also not good. And then also when it came to our main character, she had a lot of personal things going on in the first book. It was her ex-boyfriend who was dead. She had to move back from Chicago. She went to prison. Like, she had a lot of things going on in her life. All of that kind of went away. We were focusing on her dead mother. There was some stuff about that, but that fell kind of flat. Like, it was like, okay, we don't give a damn. Like, it just, everything I liked about the first book just was not in this one. And that's why I have to give it 2 stars. And that's also why I have to end this video. Y'all are about to learn something about me. It is my pet peeve in booktube when people have negative book vlogs, reading vlogs. I know that says a lot because I love to come on the internet and be a bitch, but honestly, I hate watching negative reading vlogs. I hate watching people read books you know they not gonna like. You like, this ain't even your taste, this ain't even your style, and then you get on here and you've complained for 30 minutes about how you hate a book. Like, it just bothers me so, because there's so many fucking books to read, and you're reading a book that you don't like and you're coming on here to rant. I just don't like it. I don't know, that's just the thing about me. Like, every now and then I like seeing people rant about a book I hate as well, but like, overall, I don't like overall negativity when it comes to reading vlogs. And we have read 4 books in this reading vlog, and I've only liked 1. The other 3 I like actively dislike. Like, I can say I dislike the book. So it's like, why are we continuing? Especially because I know hook, line, and sinker is not going to be that good because of what most people are saying about it. Like, honestly, it has the lowest ratings of like any of the books that I've read in this video. So it's like, to stop myself from being negative and nasty, because that's just not, I love reading books too much to just put up a real nasty gutter butt reading vlog. I am going to check out. I'm going to remove myself from the narrative of sequel. So this is the last book. I'm going to come back to you guys for a wrap up, and we're going to discuss what we learned from this video. Okay? I will see you guys in the next clip. Hello, you guys. It's time for so long. It is time to say so long. This reading vlog had its ups. It had its downs. But you know what? Am I happy that I did this reading vlog? No. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I am not happy that I did this reading vlog, because some of the books in this reading vlog I really thought I was going to fucking enjoy. Like, I did not think this reading vlog was going to be the flop that it was. I thought we were going to get 4, 4, 5. I thought I would get 2 5-star books, 1 3-star, and a couple 4 stars. That is what I thought. Child, we didn't even finish all the books because that's how much this video was flopping down. Like, I'm sorry. One thing y'all gonna learn about over on Lily Reads, we are not continuing vlogs that are flopping. Like, I am not coming on here and just giving you flop vlog, flop vlog. Like, if the books are flopping, the vlog is done. This is an experiment. These TBRs that I'm coming up with are experiments, and sometimes you have already reached your conclusion. We had a hypothesis and we reached our conclusion. We don't even need the last book, and that was this one. We don't need the last book. What did I learn from this video? Sequels are not for me. Sequels are not for me. I do not need to continue to waste my money on people's sequels. Either one, I have so many sequels back there. You probably see some of them, and I end up not reading them. So waste of money. Or I read them and they're not good. So that's 2 ways in which I am wasting my money. So guess what? I am not going to read sequels really that much anymore. I am not going to, just because I liked a book, I am not going to run and get the sequel. Like, I might check it out from the library. I could wait. Basically, I'm saying I could wait. I could wait. It's just not anything pressing. I went out and bought these books because I thought I was going to like them. But these were just nothing pressing. I did not need to rush and get them. I'm not a sequel girl. I am not a sequel girl. There is a reason why I have an aversion to picking up sequels when it comes to me picking out books from my bookshelf. I don't like the shits. I don't like the shits. I just don't. And I knew that, but I tried to see, and you know what? It didn't happen. So let's run through. The first book we read was the sequel to Dial A for Aunties. We read For Aunties in a Wedding. In my opinion, this is the worst book of this video. This is one of the worst books I've read this year. Gave it 1 out of 5 stars. I found this book to be comically bad. Like, this book hurt to read. Hurt to read. I did not enjoy it. No, no, no. It took me so long to read this book. Like, it just, no, no, no. Maybe I should have picked up the audio book. Maybe that would have made the experience better, but physically reading was a dud. Like, no, this was not good. 1 out of 5. So this entire series will be getting unhauled. No. Move on to the next book we read. We read Finley Donovan. So the second book in the Finley Donovan is Killing It series. We got Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. I gave this book 4 stars when I read it, and I thought this was going to be a hit. I thought this was going to be my new series that I love. Like, I love Finley Donovan, and what I think I learned is I don't really like Finley Donovan as much as I think I do. Like, Finley Donovan's Killing It was a good book, but I don't really think I enjoy being in the Finley Donovan world, hearing about what Finley Donovan is up to as much as other people do. I think I wanted to be one of the cool kids. I wanted to really like Finley Donovan, and I just don't. Like, I found myself not caring. Like, I'm just like, do I really like Finley Donovan? Do I really care about her kids, her husband, her ex-husband? I don't care. I do not care. So I might pick up the next Finley Donovan book, but it is not an automatic buy. I would have to hear people say it's so good for me to pick it up. So this is on might continue alert. I don't know. Then we have the Dating Playbook. I gave the Boyfriend Project 3 out of 5 stars. Thought it was decent. I thought it was decent. Then I picked up the Dating Playbook because I knew this book had potential. And baby, it did not let me down. I love black romance. Can we get more black on black romance? Like, please, like, oh my gosh, this delivered in every single way for me. I have my Pride bookmark. It delivered in every single way for me. 5 out of 5 stars. I will be reading the next one that comes out in this series about the girl London in this. I love them. I'm gonna reread this one, and maybe, like, now that I know this is excellent, this will mean more to me, because, like, I loved it. I loved it. Finally some good food is what this was. Now, this is more of a companion novel instead of a sequel. So maybe that's the gig. I like companion novels more than I like sequels. Maybe that's what we've learned. I don't know, but I will be continuing this. I loved it. This was such a surprising read. I love a good surprise. And last thing we read was Homicide and Hallow Hallow, which was the follow-up to Arsenic and Adobo. And I'm kind of mad about this one. Even though I thought Finley Donovan was going to be 4 stars, I think I played myself with Finley Donovan and overestimated how much I liked Finley Donovan. I liked Arsenic and Adobo. Arsenic and Adobo was a book I read earlier this year, maybe in January. It might be like one of the first or second books I read this year. I liked Arsenic and Adobo. I thought this book was going to be right on par with it, maybe a little less because I knew I didn't like sequels. Baby, this book didn't have much of shit going on. Like, it just, everything I loved about this book was lost in this book, and it almost, I don't know, like, I just don't. If this book was just a standalone book, it would be really bad. But because I read the first one, I'm like putting them together, and it's like fine to bad. Like, it just, I don't know. I just don't think this book stands on its own as a good book. The mystery you could see from a mile away. It just wasn't that all intriguing. Motives were weak. I didn't say that in my review. The motives for the mystery were so weak. It was nothing. This pissed me off. Like, this should have easily been 4 stars. This should have easily been 4 stars for me, and I gave it 2. I gave it 2. So let's pick everything up. So if the question is, does Kenya like sequels? Can't say that I do. Can't say that I do. I cannot say that I like sequels. Here I am trying to get a thumbnail that'll be cute. Can't say that I do, because I didn't like none of these, because I did not like any of these. But that is the end of this video. I hoped you all enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and hopefully it's more positive. I can't make no promises. This has been the worst reading year of my life. Like, the worst reading year of my life. Thank you all for being a part of Lily Reads. I will see you guys in the next video. If you want to see more of me, hit me up on Patreon, which is As Told by Kenya. And peace.